I'll just do a very short talk on non-duality because I brought it up, non-dual specifically in the body sense. And when I say body sense, I say it as a pointer. Again, if any of this doesn't make sense to you, just let it go in one ear and out the other, or just feel into what I'm saying. But when I say body sense, I'm using it as a pointer. That's a conventional pointer. There is no sense of a body. It's pure sensation. That pure sensation is such a great attunement to non-dual contemplation, non-dual insight. Because if there's a body there, if there's a sense of a body or a belief in a body, go to the sensation and find where is that arising? Where's the sense of a body arising? Where's the sense of a center arising? You'll find it is not in the sensation. It's just not there, right? I'm cutting to the chase. Like you should look yourself. You should really, really look in a subtle way. Like look with detail. Like if you drop your contact lens on the carpet, you don't just kind of glance around. You got to get down the carpet and feel around, right? I don't even know if you would do that. I don't have contact lenses, but you probably would just get another one. So, but like if you need to find something, you get close, right? You get curious. You look closely at it. You try to go granular. That's how I would suggest, feeling this body sense and just going to it and say, there's a belief that there's a body for sure, which is a belief. You learned it at some point. I look into newborns' eyes a couple times a week, which is one of the coolest part of my jobs. They do not perceive themselves as having a body, I promise. They're not going, I have a body. No. Pure sensation, yeah? Now, that didn't go away for you, by the way. There was just other stuff built on top of it. So what I'm telling you is you can go back to that. You can find that. Total innocence, total simplicity, pure sensation. And when you see, okay, I'm actually not finding a body in that. There's no body there. It's bizarre. To the mind, this will be totally bizarre. But to this, it's not, right? So the sensation. Then you can see, well, what is the nature of a body map? What is making me think there's a body? Well, there's a conceptual belief that just says, I'm a body. Close your eyes, do you see a body? So that concept is like out the window. But look closer and you may find there's actually a kind of proprioceptive experience. There is a sense of a center. It's like a sense, it's not a thought, right? Look into what that is. What is that actually composed of? Because that is also not composed of the sensations. The sensations will not show you a center, and they will not show you a proprioceptive body map. It's just not there. And then you start to really see what non-conceptual thought is. And you will see that the attention's actually moving from the sensations into consciousness, which is fine. But that's not the sensation, yeah? You can see those are actually two different processes kind of overlapping, and one is getting prominence most of the time. And the more you kind of notice everything as what it is, the more clear it will be that pure sense is not a body. It's vastly intimate, radically intimate, but it's not a body. And it doesn't have a specific location. When I say it doesn't have a specific location, I don't mean it's not there. I'm not saying it's not here. I'm saying here and there make no sense anymore. It's so intimate that it can't even be said to be here. Because if you say it's here, then it could have the potential of not be here, and it doesn't have that potential. It's too real to be conditioned upon space, distance, and so forth, yeah? So once you've established that, like I said, it's a mini lecture, but once you've established that and you're clear there, you'll find that you can weather any storm, so to speak, with emotion, because the emotion is just sensation, moving, changing, reforming, with the tendency to pop up in your head and want to conceptualize and problem solve and dissociate maybe if it's too intense or whatever. But you come back down here, pure sensation. Emotion is energy in motion. That's what you're feeling. So you can get very established in this. Established meaning it feels very natural. It feels very natural. Also feels kind of like what you've always wanted. You can kind of start feeling like you won the lottery a little bit. And you're surprised that you ever ran from it, right? And then from that, being established there, you can actually start practicing, okay, well, if there's in sensation, there's just sensation. If the felt is just the felt, there's nothing more. How's sound? Go to sound. Vast field of sound. All the textures and qualities. Wind sounds. Stomach sounds. Voice sounds. Humming of devices, whatever. That also does not have a center. It doesn't have a here and there. And if it seems to have a location, look into what that is. Again, it's an overlay. The mind's pointing. It's going, oh, that's over there. That's over there. Or labeling. That's breathing. That's the sound of the person next to me breathing. That's the sound of a car starting. Those are thoughts, right? Again, attention has just moved into thought. Move attention back into sound. Start feeling that openness and intimacy. Again, it has the intimate quality. It's not dissociated. It's intimate, bright, clear. Things will start happening typically, like suddenly the bird that you would normally think is over there and is a bird, it's like you're hearing it here and there at the same time. And it's no more a bird than you're as much of the bird as the bird is the bird, and that's as much you as you are a you. It's that clear, yeah? That's non-dual. Sound. You can do this all day long. It's so enjoyable. And then the visual field, same thing. A little trickier with the visual field typically because since, again, we're talking about the nervous system, your brain in default mode network, and even when it's not in sort of default mode, a vast amount of the processing power of your brain is processing of three-dimensional visual field. It's creating it, right, back here in the occipital lobe. So because it requires so much processing power, it's a little bit of a more tenacious overlay, but it is an overlay. Then when you start noticing the lack of here and there in the visual field, at the same time as the sense field, at the same time as sound field, then it becomes very synesthetic. It's a synesthetic non-dual experience. And that's really wild. And this can happen slowly. It does happen slowly often. But again, you can practice this. Sit with one of those senses for 5 minutes, then the next one for 5 minutes, and so forth. And just you start noticing that they do overlap. And it can happen gradually with time. And occasionally, someone hearing this kind of thing and practicing just a little bit, they'll drop in and it's just like full on everythingness. And it's so big, it's so vast, it's so much more than you ever thought it would be that it can be scary for a minute. You're just kind of like, whoa, that's too much, and back out of it. That's not uncommon. I've seen it many times. But just know that the fear response is because it was the unknown. It was surprising. Often, as you get used to it, that doesn't happen anymore. And it's just an experience of full onness. It's an experience of universe sitting, universe speaking, universe coughing, universe walking, universe feeling, universe crying. It's everything. Everything doing this. Everything is doing this. Everything is doing this. And there are no things. It's all interconnected. Or I could say it's all of this. This gets very paradoxical. It's all of the same essenceless essence. Because it's not fixed in any way. So it's not fixed in essence. It's almost like infinite essence or undifferentiated essence. But it's so clear. The intimacy is unmistakable. That's the mini non-duality lecture.